TJK! The best is yet I'm Mbisiwe Michael by name. I am an environmental scientist by training. My first degree is environmental science. Second degree is renewable energy. Now I'm doing a PhD in biosystems engineering. What motivates me? One is results. Number two is reward. And number three is impact. Either seeing someone happy or what I've done resulting into something good. What demotivates me? Some external factors that are out of control but influence everything. Either it is systems or something. But sometimes that can also be motivation to beat it, regardless of it being an impeding blow. In terms of marriage and family, I think my parents are my mentors. Dealing with people, accountability, particularly my father. Influencing people, there are two, my father and my uncle.
I come from Kashiri, Nyarugenge. I'm doing a diploma in environmental health, embark. My mentor is my dad. Even through hardships, he always strives to give us the best. I love learning. It motivates me. I always want to be the best. I always want to be at the top. What motivates me? This Uganda is full of corruption. There are very many people with capabilities, but they are always stumbled on because of their financial crisis.
So failure motivates me so much. When I make someone happy, even if it is one person, that is what I even fight for. At least every week I should make one person happy. So it really motivates me, being a reason for someone's failure.
Jacqueline, I am an accountant, a hairstylist, a co-founder of Reader's Room. What motivates me is seeing people happy and also doing my best when I see the things that we start up, the things that I help others to do come up to life. I feel happy and it keeps me moving. The other thing that motivates me also is to have appreciation. Usually when my boss from work says, "Well done, Jackie," I feel so good. What demotivates me is starting something and it stops somewhere. So like I again try to come back to where I started. My mentors, I have my mom. My mom is someone that I've seen work hard from nowhere to somewhere very big. So
academically achieved everything I ever wished to achieve, 3 PhDs, but I'm still going to Harvard next year to do a fellowship and teach classes and share knowledge that I have gained over many years. I don't have any more wishes, but I want to give back. I want others to also get to a level where they have that satisfaction, where they have that confidence, and where they can share freely what God has given to them. Born in Nyakajezi, my father is still there, Mzee Kaguru. Many of you know him. My mother died right there. Many of you knew her. Jack is my niece, Michael is my nephew. I have more. But I've been blessed. blessed mainly because I have given freely. When I see the Ritas who started as nursery school at Nyaka, now they are professionals. I see the ones who are the speaker who gave the flower. She didn't want to give that flower, by the way. She cried. Her mother said, you can do it and you can do it. And now she's a speaker in Kanungu District. These are gifts that keep giving. I invest in human capital. But I also know if my mother and my father had not invested in me, I wouldn't be able to give what I am able to give. Granted, my parents didn't know what they were doing. They took a gamble. But for me now, I know better. And that's why I want the TJK fellows, the young people, to know better, to continue searching, to read more. The parents might never have read anything. You can be the first one to read. I made an announcement that I was going to Harvard. I also said that Harvard has free courses. Kajula has already taken two from Harvard University. Free. You don't have to pay money. You don't get a certificate, but you will learn the skill. Can you imagine when you're applying for a job? Many times for you young people, it used to be unique that somebody scored this grade and scored this grade. It's no longer that way. Everybody scores high now. People are smarter every day. What will be that piece that distinguishes you from the next person? Sometimes it's that free course you took at Harvard University. Sometimes it's that app that you used to edit somebody's picture. It's the book and the quote you read somewhere and utilized it. You are a generation of distraction. So much stuff that is going, hi, look at me, hey, like me, hey, post me. But you have to be careful to select things that will build you. And then when you get that knowledge that you really appreciate, share it freely. Even if it is not a popular thing to share, you share it. Now one of you might say, now hiking to that river, it is dirty, couldn't even sit in, I'm not putting it on my status. Because it is not as sexy. It's not going to be liked. But what the sharing of it means what? You have invested in yourself. Today, don't look at it you did as a favor to come. Look at it you did yourself a favor. You have told exercise is good. You've eaten all through Christmas. You have drunk water. We are going to feed you. We are going to send you out as ambassadors. But we hope the next nursery kid that went to your primary school where you went, the next kid who is in secondary school and he has what social media is, when they come running to you, don't shoo them away. Sit down and tell them what they can learn from you. We asked you about mentor, meaning somebody you look up to, and now people look up to you. So you have to have these three levels. You have people you look up to, you have people who look up to you, and you have people who are your right level. And select them carefully. Not everyone wants or wishes you the best on where you are. You know that by now. If you don't know, you will find out the hard way. So select them carefully, keep good company. Make mistakes because we are human. They are going to be made. But don't be hard on yourself. Recently I preached a sermon in a church that said it is very easy to make mistakes that are destructive. And the way I explained it, so this guy, he was having a conversation with his son, and they were talking about bad and good. He said, my son, every time you are coming down this road, why do you do the bad and avoid doing the good? You have a choice when you come to that intersection. It's either good here or bad here. But every time I look around, you are going bad. The son said, Dad, can I say something? And the dad said, okay. But this is in the countries and societies where children are allowed to speak. I know you were raised where you can't say anything. Your dad is talking, shut up and listen, and that's it. The son took it and said, let's turn it around, Dad. Said, I always come here, and I get to this level. The bad right here is going down. The good is going up. Said, this hill of doing good is really hard to climb. Each time I start trying to do good, it is really hard. But the bad here, very easy. So I come here, I stand here, and I say, do I want to go up this hill, or can I just Serengeti and I go? And the Serengeti is easy. Going down the hill is easier. Said, and sometimes even when I'm just still deciding, when I put their leg, something pulls, and I go even faster. Yeah. No terror. So I want you to know that doing the good thing is hard, not only for you as young people, but for adults. We who are Christian people know it's easier to sin, very easy, than to stay straight line. And when you are going to the sinning part, there are no temptations because you're already there. It's easy to go down, but the decision to do good is harder. And even when you are taking those steps, you are going to see it as we go up here. Think of this demonstration. It's going to be harder, but the results worth it, but there are also results that keep giving. So stay. Always you know that decision you make, every day you are making a decision, and many times they come to that intersection. Try as much as you can and go up. But even if you have made so many that the bad ones are down here, remember there is a good one up there. You can swim back slowly. You can't swim from being a drunkard every day and tomorrow you are sober. If you have drink 10 beers, start drinking 9. Then do 8. Then do 7. Maybe stay on drinking 1 at one point. It's possible to go from here and back and take it. And I've done it. I'm not telling you something I haven't done. Am I telling you that I'm always on this hill? Never. I come to these intersections all the time.
I find a couple of testimonies from these children who have gone through Nyaka. And do you by any chance track like all of them, where they are now, where they are working?
You bet we do. Achanda Rika Achanda is our data systems manager. We know everyone's name. We know where they are. If they fathered a child outside the wedlock, we also know. If they had a pregnancy and aborted, we also know. We make our children to be as open to me. I know a lot about these children than even the teachers and staff know. I make them to be comfortable and to understand a human being is a human being. We have an alumni association Facebook page, just us. We have a group on WhatsApp, we track one another. But just like young people like you, they fight with one another, they get, I'm always like bringing the ship together. This happened, don't worry. Oh, how could you say that? Oh, men are in charge of the world. Oh, women have rights. But yes, we do. We track them down. And they give back. So the policy in Nyaka is when you graduate and start working, you give 5% of your salary for the years we took care of you. And the reason I wrote Victory for My Village, I wrote the first book, A School for My Village, which tracked down the pioneers and when we started. Victory was to now see a seed was planted, now it has seeds. A plant grew, and now it has seeds. And now the next book is going to be legacy for my village. Now you have Dennis, who started primary school, finished, he's married, he has his own children, and now they are grown.
It was around 2019 when you had a run
Yes.
for Kambuga Hospital.
Yeah, ultrasound.
Yes, ultrasound. At the back of my mind, I keep asking myself, because I went back down, tried following some YouTube videos, watching it. But I keep asking myself, what exactly inspired you to begin what you are doing now?
So like I said, I grew up in Nyakajesa. All of you know my parents didn't know how to read or write. All of them, the only school my father has ever gone to is Nyaka. He actually tried to be a student at like 70 years old. 20 years ago, he started going to school. So one was they invested in human capital. They invested in us. My mom was the woman I loved, and I don't think I'll ever love anybody the way I loved my mother. The children, definitely. But for her to give up her life and then give up a lifestyle she could have had, because every time they paid school fees for us meant she didn't have something. If she needed health care, she basically would not even talk about her health because we didn't have school fees. So she, in her mind, she wanted better for us. And that is selfless giving. So selfless giving motivates me. You give without expecting anything in return. These students who have graduated from Nyaka will tell you, I don't expect anything from them. In fact, there are students who graduated and will try to run away, not communicate. We have all this stuff we do at Nyaka, they don't even follow. But does it discourage me? No, because I don't expect nothing from the person I give. Just like my mother never expected anything from us. My mom lived, knew I could even buy higher plane if she wanted it, but you would ask her, Mom, what do you want? Nothing. But I also had good examples in my life that set it up. Muzei Rukwira, who many of you don't know, where Zituni Church stands, that whole hill belonged to my mother's father. So Muzei Rukwira also, who didn't go to school, as children we grew up seeing people around his house that he was helping all the time without expecting anything. So because we grew up as Seventh Day, he would tell all workers, you can't work on a Saturday because it is a Sabbath, but you can also go to church because it is Sunday for you, and I'll pay you both days. I mean, that is a loss he was making, and they took advantage of it. Even those who didn't go to church, they would take a salary for Saturday, take a salary for Sunday. He knew they were taking advantage of it, but he allowed it. People who were sick from all the around would be deposited at his doorstep. Kids who were abandoned would be deposited and he would take care of them. And then my oldest brother who died also was similar. So I had demonstration in the family, but also tragedy. When Frank died, he left 3 children. There were other children around, the Hillarys, the Dennises, the pioneer students, whose grandmothers knew that I had gone to America, I had got education. They knew I understood the value of education. So they would come to ask me money, pencils. And I got tired of just handing individuals. I wanted to make an institution and bring as many people as possible.